my name is Jo and welcome to another video in this channel. This is going to be a very candid video because I just got out of the gym and I just thought of finally making this video. So for today, I'm going to talk about bipolar disorder and how I live with it. If you've already noticed, in this space, I like to showcase my dance and I like to talk about mental health, although I've only ever mentioned about being diagnosed of bipolar disorder in my first video, but today we're going to talk about it in much detail. So, what is bipolar disorder? According to DSM-5, it is a mood disorder, and for a diagnosis of bipolar 1 disorder, which is what I have, it is necessary to meet criteria for a manic episode. So, a manic episode is a distinct period of abnormally and persistently elevated, expansive, or irritable mood and abnormally and persistently increased goal directed activity or energy, lasting at least 1 week and present most of the day, nearly every day. So, just a bit of a background on my diagnosis. I was diagnosed, sorry, I'm looking in this side of the screen because I have like an outline just so my thoughts won't scramble. So, as mentioned, I was diagnosed in late 2022, but prior to that, I was already diagnosed with two other mental health disorders as a teenager at 15 years old. So I may have been misdiagnosed as a teenager according to my doctor because I was already showing symptoms of being manic back then, where I would stay up all night creating unnecessary art artsy projects and would proceed with my day in school without having the need to sleep, though I barely slept at all. And then I had series of depressive episodes in the next years to come after that, then a manic episode in 2022 leading to my diagnosis. To be honest, I can't really talk about um I really can't talk about yet the things that I did during my mania because I haven't really moved past the embarrassment that I feel every time I think about the things that I did. But um, you know, maybe someday I'll be open to talk about it in details. But just to give a bit of a background, a bit of a background, it involved illusions of grandeur and losing a lot of money. Okay. And then shortly after my diagnosis, I went on an extended medical leave at work to to be better or to get better. This was also the time that I met my now boyfriend, and then I experienced some major life changes, which will lead me to talk about um, the life struggles as someone living with this kind of disorder. So I got into a relationship a few months into the diagnosis, and that's when the time that I also moved out of my parents' home to live with my partner. So I have a lot to talk about the struggles, but I will keep it to a main point only, I guess. Mm. Okay, so while dealing with it, with having the disorder, I have to learn that I am no longer just living for myself. Okay, so as a single person back then, it was so easy to self-destruct, to self-sabotage. But since having to live with a partner and then back then trying to patch my relationship with my parents, I also have to think that whatever actions I do will affect not just me but others, especially my partner and um, my loved ones. Okay, so um, that means that I have to keep myself mentally and emotionally sound. Though I don't want to justify my actions, just because I have bipolar, but my doctor would always remind me that it's the chemical imbalances that's happening inside of my brain that sometimes makes me think and make awful decisions in life. Okay, so how do I cope up and what helps me deal with it daily? So it's really important for me that I get professional help, and I know how everyone or how people with bipolar disorder cope up um, are different from one another, but it is very evident for me when I am medicated and when I am not medicated. So it's important that I get that kind of help, and I'm lucky that my boyfriend is very supportive and caring and keeps on reminding me that I need to keep myself healthy in all aspects. But I think most importantly, what's helpful for me is establishing a routine, a habit, and a flow. So it's important for me that I have this kind of a safety routine that whatever that no matter how um chaotic my brain could be, there's a safety routine that I can always go back into that will make me feel secure um, each day. So that's what's um, important for me. That's what's helping me cope up on a daily basis. This is a short video than I expected it to be, but as I've mentioned, this is just a bit of a background on my diagnosis and how I live with it. And I still haven't moved past the embarrassment of talking about this in detail, but maybe in the future I'll be able to openly talk about it. But yeah, if you think that you need a professional help, go get it. Um, there's no shame in asking for one, asking for your loved one or for your family support and asking for help. Um, yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I hope you learned even just a bit about my experiences and how I live with it. So, yeah, I'll see you on the next one.